what has an Audi RS3 and a boat have to do with this vehicle I have here today? Look at that. This is a Cupra Formentor yacht. It's really called that way, built by De Antonio Yachts. So a special one of a piece boat with around 400 horsepower, and that also fits to this performance SUV, the Cupra Formentor VZ5 with 390 horsepower at 2.5 liter 5-cylinder, taken from the Audi RS3. Let's go with the details. Here in the front, you can see this Cupra badging, copper styling, the performance brand of Seat, now an own brand for a while now. Carbon fiber accentuations right there, LED lamps as standard. And then you can see this matte gray color for today. Yeah, we get some show here from the boat. Really interesting. 20-inch wheels, the biggest one available, again with the copper accentuations, bigger brake discs, and the length is just the same. You can see here it's a compact crossover, compact SUV, all-wheel drive, front plus rear on demand. And here, right at the rear, interesting design lines right there. And the light strip that goes all the way across the vehicle. And from this performance engine, you can see here these dual copper pipes on both sides. That looks really massive. Wow, what car brand does that remind you of? Looking forward to your comments. I mean, look at that, again with the carbon fiber. That's pretty spectacular, isn't it? VZ, by the way, stands for Veloz. Spanish means quick. Also check out these copper brake calipers, and 18-inch are these Brembo brakes. So let's take a look here. Again, the 2.5 liter 5-cylinder, a very rare engine, which is built by Audi and is pretty famous. In this case here, 390 horsepower, 480 Newton meters of torque, and the acceleration figure to 1 kilometers or 62 miles an hour is 4.2 seconds, and reaching a top speed of 250 kilometers or 155 miles. Of course, electronically limited. It could go even faster. Maximum overdrive distribution is 50-50, and well, we can expect some interesting driving with that one. Let's listen to the sound. Really cool marine harbor atmosphere here today, or marina atmosphere. So let's go to the interior. 4 meters 45 or 175 inches is the length, by the way. Let's see how much space we get there on the inside for that. DCC, by the way, is standard, the adaptive suspension, and also with the sportier setup. And also sporty setup for the interior with the copper accentuations right there. Leatherette at the inside of the door. This one here is soft touch. The seats, they come standard as these bucket seats. Copper accentuations again at the steering wheel. And you have a sporty setup, but at the same time crossover atmosphere, so it's still, you know, somewhat comfortable, have a good overview. But the seat themselves, they are quite stiff here. So I would recommend also for more seating comfort, go with the Alcantara seats then, or with base seats if you generally go for a Formentor, because most people watching this video will probably go for a normal Formentor or maybe the normal 310 horsepower version, and not necessarily here for the limited edition. On the interior we have a soft touch dashboard with a very nice design element, dividing in light and shadow. Usually we say that when we film exterior of a vehicle, but in this case interior. Big 12-inch screen. It looks quite nice from visualization, however the software itself is a little bit too slow most of the times. Big problem for VW, Seat, also recently for Audi and Porsche, Skoda, they all have the same problems. And here plus minus for the volume, sliders, and also for the temperatures. Please don't leave it like this. At some point I want to see the returnal of the real volume knobs. I need to do a separate video on this, I think. Or what do you think, guys? Steering wheel, once again, it's nice copper accentuation. Here, Cupra mode on the left side, and you can best performance, and also the, all the controls, steering input is set on that. And the digital instruments, they're actually quite flexible because you have a view also for the GPS inside there, and you can also have the map all over the screen if you like. 7-speed DSG, dual clutch transmission, and an interesting short shifting lever, shift by wire, so no mechanical link at all. And there's the key here. Yeah, that does collect scratches and so on, but at least, hey, it fits directly in here. And back there you see the Cupra helicopter. No, just kidding. Here, rear seats. Look at that. The carbon fiber cover from the back. This looks really fancy. Well, the about the legroom? I mean, it has a quite substantial longer wheelbase. Let's see. So the Formentor in general. So for this, yeah, wow, that's really cool. I mean, it's actually a quite slim back part, so it leaves enough legroom, 1.86 and also a lot of headroom. So yeah, it's a performance SUV, but you can very well use it here in the rear, not necessarily because of the middle, all-wheel drive channel here. You can still sit here also with 3 tall Ls. That works, that could be a thing. It's a performance SUV or performance crossover, but still quite versatile as for the space it offers on the interior. So, would you like to drive this one or have this one in your market with an RS3 engine in front? Tell me in the comments. And a short look at the trunk. This is without flipping the logo. Some of this is pretty cool, but here there's a button underneath. And here we go. And there's here the cover for the car is in there. But a good, luggage sample underneath. Some sound equipment if you have that. You can see here quite square dimensions and you can already fold the seats from here. That's always a very handy thing to do. And now to our conclusion for today with the Cupra Formentor VZ5. Interesting that they really did that with the 2.5 liter 5-cylinder and taken from the Audi RS3. We didn't really expect that, and this will deliver great performance. However, there are also critical voices about 5-cylinder engines because 4, 6, 8 is a reason also why they're always even an even number of cylinders, because it has also an effect on the agility of the driving and so on, and how an engine is running. And critics say that 5-cylinder engines also somehow have like a disharmony in how they run. But of course it was very well performing in the Audi RS3 and also delivers this very unique sound. So there are also a lot of true fans of this 5-cylinder engine. What do you think about this engine concept? Of course, soon we'll also drive this one and hit also closed circuit for you, I can promise you. Magnetic Tech Matte, by the way, is the color here for today. You can always hear that. So exterior-wise, I think a really spectacular thing, but still has some elegance. On the interior, we see also nice build quality. Of course, here a lot of animal skin use in this very limited version. And with the capacitive controls, both on the infotainment system there and also with the sliders, yeah, that's maybe not the most ideal solution for the user interface. But driving-wise, we can really expect a good performance. And now I would say, I'll take the boat out for a spin.